Hello preppers, glad to be back with you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good weekend, and the week I hope has started out well for you also. I want to give you a couple of things to think about when you're prepping. Of course we all do the food, we do the medical, we do ammunition and weapons. The basics that we all talk about, that we all have a general consensus and agreement on. But when it comes to skill sets and the people that you network with or share a retreat with, exactly what kind of skill sets do your people have? Do you have? What are you looking for? Have you ever given it any thought about the different skill sets that you may need? Not everyone is skilled at weapons per se. Everyone should know how to use a weapon. Everyone should know how to use a firearm safely and effectively. However, not everyone would have that as a primary skill set. Just like gardening, food storage, canning, things of that nature. It doesn't hurt all of us to know a little bit about these things, but we all have our specialties. Some of the specialties that I think get overlooked are ones that I think we mentally kind of write some of these off, like mechanics, auto mechanics. How are we going to keep our vehicles running? There is a difference between a parts changer and a mechanic. Just about anybody can change a starter or a battery or an alternator or something of that nature. But someone who really has a gift of mechanics and auto mechanics, they're a necessity to have in our network. Just like folks who have computer skills. Now, the internet may or may not be up and available in a bad situation. Other things may not be, but computers have many other uses. If we look at computers, those of us that remember computers before the internet can realize that computers had a lot of other uses. Barring a major event like an EMP or something of that nature, computers will still be usable. Networking will still be usable. There are a lot of things that can be done with computers and with computer networks on a retreat, things of that nature. Security is one of them. Camera systems can be very quickly and easily networked and cabled together through Cat5 wiring and brought back to a computer and be viewed on split screens where you can see multiple cameras at one time. It's not that difficult to do. What about electrical systems? What about generator systems? We think of a generator as a gasoline powered device or a diesel powered device, and it is. There's also an electrical component there, and that electrical component has got a voltage regulator built into it. It has governors built into it. It has a lot of other things that work and to maintain an electrical output. So there are a lot of specific areas that we need to be concerned with when we're talking about networking. What about medical? Not everyone can have a doctor or a physician, of course, but there are nurses, there are registered nurses, there are LPNs. There are folks that have first aid training. There are folks that have military training. I'm fortunate in that my wife has military background and she has medical training in her military background. So she has that skill set to lend to a network, as well as the skill sets that I have through homesteading, through electrical and electronics work and things of that nature, and just general skill sets that come from living and growing up in the Appalachian Mountains. But there are all kinds of skill sets that are out there, and too often I see prepping getting turned into 1, 2, or 3 major skill sets, while the rest of these are getting ignored. And I've listed just a few of them. There are many others, and I'm sure each of you can think of something special or unique in your own way, something that would be beneficial to you in your particular area. The geographic areas that we live in also have a lot to do with the type of skill sets that we need in our network. Folks that live in the Appalachians may need a group of people that have a specific set. The Rocky Mountains may have, the Piedmont areas may have, the Plains areas may have, the Southwest will have specific skill sets that are needed. The Northeast, North Central areas. So let's take an opportunity to look broad and to think deeply about it, and understand that there are a lot of folks out there that have a whole lot to offer in our networks and in our retreats. And when we're thinking about prepping, and we're thinking about the people that we're going to network with and the people that we need to network with, let's think outside of the box. Let's think outside of the obvious and think about the things that we may still have available, the services we may have available, but we may not have an easy access to the skill sets to keep them active or to bring them back online again. So, something for you to think about. I hope you've got some comments, some discussion. I hope things have been going real well for you. Continue to keep prepping, and I hope to see you soon. God bless.